Hey everybody, and welcome. If you're new here, this is typically a build channel. I like to buy raw batteries and make my own systems, and my garage is full of stuff that I've created. I understand that not everyone is interested in that. Either you don't have the time or the ability or just don't want to. So I'm always kind of keeping an eye on pre-made systems just to see how the market is doing these days. So a couple of weeks ago, I did a live stream with Oupes to talk about preparedness, and they sent me one of their new power stations. So this is the Exodus 2400. You see, it's brand new in the box. They asked me to do an unboxing video and tell you what I think. So this is a 2200 watt hour system. It's got a 2400 watt inverter with a 4500 watt surge. It's got a dual AC charger. It'll either do 700 watts or 1400 watts. It'll charge between 1.5 and 3.5 hours. The advantage to turning the speed down, which is the default, is that you can use a smaller generator, and it also increases the lifespan of the battery. If you have a bigger generator, or if you're in a real emergency, you need to charge it in a hurry, you can bump up the charge wattage to juice this thing up in a little over an hour. So let's tear into it. We've got the system here, and I've got a 240 watt solar panel over here. Let's see what we think. Got the unit. Some nice charge handle, carrying handles off to the side. Nice. Got a little goodie bag down here. It's got an AC cord for charging, has a cigarette cord for charging. This is super slow, not recommended. And we've got an Anderson to MC4 connector. So this is interesting. Andersons are real popular. I'm a ham radio operator, and hams typically love these. So let's see what the front looks like. And let's go ahead and open up the solar panel while we're here. Okay, there we go. So looking at the folding solar panel, we've got an MC4 cable here with a little strap to keep all the wires bundled up, which is unusual and nice. And lots of little Velcro. And a very long cord, which is really convenient. You know, it's the little things. Until you start playing with this stuff, you don't realize like the fine details. I have a Dokio folding solar panel, and the wire is about that long. So you have to spend money on an extension. This has got it built in. Looks like you've got a barrel connector that looks like it fits a Jackery, and then some MC4s. So I'm suspecting I'm going to use this MC4 to Anderson adapter to get into the actual unit itself. Now I'm doing this live. I've literally never seen this thing before. And it's got a kickstand. Let's take this outside and let you see what that looks like. Something that a lot of people don't realize and almost no one talks about is that for your solar panel to get the most input, it has to be angled. It's noon right now, and you can see that that direction is south. The sun is right overhead, but it's not perfect because I'm not on the equator. So depending upon time of year and where you're on the latitude, you should be angled at 30 to 45 degrees for the most optimum input. And this thing has got a kickstand on the back. Check that out. Not only does it have a kickstand, as I mentioned, it's got this super long cord, so that way I can keep my power station in the shade in the garage and not overheat the unit. Very smart, intelligent design. Very impressed. Okay, and as I suspected, there is an Anderson connector on the back for the DC input. Runs 12 to 80 volts, so your car cigarette socket will come into here, or the solar panels. So while we're outside and it's a gorgeous day, let's plug the solar panels in and see what kind of output we get. And just by tilting the panels backwards a little bit, I moved up to almost 180 watts. And that's why the angle of the panels is so important. Most people don't talk about that. I gotta say, I'm really impressed. This has been a pure unboxing video. Never seen this thing before, but the build, the packaging was fantastic. The solar panel is incredibly well designed. So let's take a look at the unit itself. So we've got typical power switch here. We've got a cigarette socket for your RV refrigerator, some 5521s, which are for extra DC power. No one really uses them. You have 4 20 amp outlets across the front. You have USB 3.0 ports here and USB power delivery up to 140 watts up top for charging your phone or laptop really, really, really fast. So not a lot of frills, and that's okay. You know, it's just pretty straightforward and I dig it. So let's talk about the specifications and why they're important. So the first number that really, really matters is the watt hours. This unit is 2200 watt hours. And that's really important because that's how big is your gas tank, essentially. You know, how much juice do you have in an emergency? And I really believe that that's kind of the minimum that you want to be at, you know, around 2000 watts. And the reason for that is a full-size refrigerator requires around 1200 watt hours over a 24-hour period. So this should get you around 36 hours on a refrigerator, or 24 hours plus all your other stuff, lights and fans and things like that. So this is at a really good kind of capacity level to get you through kind of a normal, you know, day's worth of problem. It's got these nice handles on the side, so for tailgating, camping, stuff like that, you know, it's not unreasonable to move around to power stuff out your campsite. 2400 watts is more than enough to run anything you want to run. A refrigerator, chest freezer is going to need around 12 or 1300 watts for the startup surge. So having 20 amp outlets on the front gives you, you know, plenty of capacity with your receptacles to kind of do what you want to do. So I'm really pleased, really impressed, really simple, you know, not a lot of frills, and I'm okay with that. You know, kind of everything you need and nothing that you don't. So if you're interested in the Oupes Exodus 2400 and folding solar panel set, check out the link down below. Hey, thanks. Regarding charging on solar, so this unit, as you saw, came with a 240 watt solar panel that is getting about 175 to 200 watts out of thereabouts. And that's also really kind of the minimum that you want to use for an emergency type system. A lot of people don't realize that the sun is not out for 12 hours a day. You have something called peak sunlight, and you can see as I angled the panels, the number of watts I got out went up and down. So as the sun moves across the sky, the angle changes. So you only get about 5 hours of peak sunlight during the summer. So 200 watts of solar, 5 hours of sunlight means you're going to get 1000 watts in during the day. So I've got a 2200 watt battery and I'm only going to get about 1000 watts back into it on the solar. So I really believe that 240 watts, 200 watts of solar or more is really kind of a baseline. Putting a 60 watt panel on this is going to take it a week to recharge, assuming you're not using it. So the package here is kind of a good mix. I would like to add another panel to it, but kind of a good sort of minimum threshold for an emergency system.